Hi, I'm Audition Coach Jessica Neighbor here to share with you the importance of your college audition interview this year more than ever before. Like I said in my previous video about the pre-screens being more important than ever, you should definitely check that out if you hadn't. Your interview is going to weigh more heavily because news on the street and from actual colleges is that they might do away with your in-person audition and they might rely more heavily on the interview. They'll be using the talent part of your pre-screen to judge your talent, but then they're gonna wanna know who you are. So we're gonna walk through the interview, how to really deliver an authentic, real, good college interview so that you can get into one of your dream schools. I've coached lots of other performers. In fact, I'm doing it right now for them to also do this exact same thing. Lots of my previous performers have gone on to get into UCLA, USC, Princeton, Berklee School of Music, and many more. And I want the same for you. So let's practice the interview questions right now together. And then hang tight. I'll tell you how you can actually get the full script of these interview questions from me at the end of this video. Right now, I want you to think about the two major categories that they're gonna ask you about. Number one is they're gonna ask you about you, and number two is they're gonna ask you about them, the school. All right, so one is pretty obvious, right? They're gonna wanna get to know you a little bit more. And the whole time you're answering them, be truthful, be honest, but think about how you can pepper your answers with some of the things that you would want from people if you had a prestigious performing arts department and you only had a select few slots and you could choose from people. Who would you want, right? You would want nice people. You would want team players, you would want hard workers, you would want positive people. So when you are answering your questions, think of ways, either directly or indirectly, that you can portray that. A lot of times they say show, don't tell. So it's nice if you have an example of how you and, a cast really work together, or how maybe you put together a really cool performance at your school. Something that you can show them rather than just telling them what you do, I think is really, really impressive. They might rely on your resume, obviously, so just be ready to answer questions from that show. Don't be like scratching your head like, oh, wait, what was that show I did? So just be ready for them to draw on your past experience. But the second category, when they're asking about you knowing them, their school, that is even more important, because why do you want to come to our school, to our department? Why do we matter to you? Everyone, including these schools, wants to feel like they matter to you, not just like you're trying to look for your meal ticket and get in. So do your research, guys. Find out a few key facts about each school, have some bullet points in front of you so that you're clear about what it is you do like about that school. Also, it makes perfect sense because then you'll know if you really actually want to go to that school or not. Find out how many performance opportunities there are for performers. Is there a guaranteed senior showcase? Is there a great star faculty? Are there amazing visiting professors who come and teach you? These are things that you want to do your research about anyways. So you'll just have bullet points about those things that you're going to answer to them. And that will really impress them and show them that you took the time to learn about them and that you really care about going to their program. The more specific you can be, the better. The thing you don't want to give them is the blanket statement that they're going to hear from so many performers, which is, I just really want to have this opportunity to train and be the best performer I can be. That's great. Good for you. But that's sort of all about you, right? So we want to show them how you can come and represent them and value them back. They are thinking about you there during the time that you're there, and they're going to be thinking about you afterwards. What are you going to go do in the world, right? How are you going to be a steward to their program and reflect, and maybe even someday bring them glory? So these are really key things for you to think about. They're not really difficult. If you think about it, all of these things are things you should be doing research about anyways, but be prepared, have your interview questions in front of you. I do mock interviews with all of my students, and it's really smart for you to have people asking you a series of questions. If you want to deep dive into college auditions, especially this year of 2020-21, you can check out my new audition coaching course. It's online. You can click on the link below, get it today, and you will get a questionnaire of different college questions that have been asked, that I have been keeping records of, that you might likely be asked this year. So you can check that out. It's a super good deal. The price is going up soon, so do look at the link below if you want to know that. And stay tuned, because in the next video with you guys in this series about college auditions, I'm going to be sharing with you how to choose and select the best college that's a great fit for you. All right, that's super duper important. They don't hold all the cards. You guys have some power too, and I'm going to teach you how in the next video. So, as I like to say during these days, deep breaths, everyone, but do still go and break a leg, all right?